Hey guys, welcome back. We are at MCO Terminal C. We are off to
New York City.
Alright, we're off to New York. Let's go. Terminal C is really nice. It's a little after 4, so it is early, but just a nice terminal. It's big and spacious and easy to get around right now. It's nice.
I like it. It's easy, and the parking lot was pretty easy.
Yeah, so it's our first time flying out of Terminal C here at MCO. You can see nice and big down here. And look at this Christmas tree. Yeah, it's huge. It's gotta at least be 50-ish, 60 feet. It's big. Look at this though. My camera isn't gonna capture the grandeur of this room, but it's impressive. And there's Mars, just for some scale. Yeah, this is pretty cool. It's very nice. Little coffee cafe thing. Again, it is early, but I don't know how many flights go out of Terminal C. But we're at gate C230 right there. So here we go through security. So I came out of the bathroom and the fire strobes were going, and I can hear the alarm a little bit. I gotta go down to our gate, C230, see what's going on. Hopefully they don't evacuate us. It's the last thing we need right now. Yeah, here they go again, the strobes. Hopefully it's nothing. We're through the checkpoint. Almost on the plane. We're on the plane. Ready for New York. We hopped straight onto the air train, is what they call it. Takes you from the terminals at JFK and goes off to an end station. There's 2 tracks. On this one, the end station is the Jamaica station. Turns out that's the name of the little city or town there. And from there, we transfer trains to the Long Island Railroad. But this was a cool little trip. So we exited the air train, went around the way just a bit down the stairs, and waited for the LIRR. It was a $14 per person one way to Penn Station. Alright, here we go. Into Manhattan. This is us. Alright, here we are. Our Hilton Garden Inn suite thing. Room 707. It's nice. Got Mars' name on here. And we got a view out onto 35th Street.
We walked right there.
Yeah, because the subway's kind of set in, we can't really see left or right. But
Macy's is right there.
yeah, it is. It's right there. So we're super close to stuff.
We can see people working.
7th Avenue is just this way, another block. It's basically, the other end of Macy's, and then that'll take you to Times Square, Madison Square Garden, and a bunch of places. So we're in a really good spot. But this is our little room.
Oh, look, maybe you can open this up.
Oh, it does open. Look at that.
It's too cold.
It is pretty chilly. I think my watch says it's 32 out right now. And this is the restroom, just to give the full tour here. Shower, it's got the soaps and stuff kind of built in. Sink, toilet. It's basic, but it's nice. I like this tiny little door. It's like super skinny, but it'll do. And there's a small safe inside. Little coffee bar. Little fridge. Yeah, it's actually nice. They utilize the space well, so I'm sure it'll do just fine, but we'll sort of let you know what we think overall when we're done. But this is us. And well, we're gonna kind of get settled with our stuff and then I think go walk around. Here we are, Bryant Park. So here's just an overview as we come in. It's their holiday market. So here we go. There's this gigantic Christmas tree here. It's probably 25, 30 feet tall. It's a real tree.
It smells so good.
Yeah, big ornaments on it. It's nice. Here's the skate rink over at Bryant Park.
Oh, they have the s'mores booth over there.
Yeah, so we've been walking around. We haven't gone in too many booths, but we've seen a lot of them at this point. Some
It's
cool
all
stuff.
like crap.
Not always stuff that we know we're gonna want to buy, so we haven't gone in, but pretty happening out here for sure. So we're actually gonna head out of Bryant though at this point. There's this really nice restaurant here, and they got this extension right now. It looks really nice. Tree inside. It's pretty building here. I'm not sure what it is. We were looking at even just these things here. The light posts, how ornate they are.
Because it's so cold here. Their little sparrows are colorful.
Oh yeah.
But then look at those.
Yeah, look at those weird, yeah.
It's like dead cows.
Alright, well, we are gonna head up this way towards Grand Central Terminal. Yeah, so this is cool. It was the backside of the New York Public Library that we were looking at. We had no idea. The famous lion statues out front. And of course, used in Ghostbusters. Although the interior was shot in LA's public library. So yeah, standing next to it, he's pretty ginormous. This is also in Frozen Empire, the newest Ghostbusters film. So, really cool. Beautiful building. It's gorgeous. And it is cold out. It's 34 degrees out. Alright, so we're here at Park Avenue, and there is Grand Central Terminal. Looks awesome. Looks really cool.
It even has the fat pigeons.
The what?
The fat pigeons.
Oh, yeah, fat pigeons. The Avengers fly here. I think Spider-Man did stuff here too. But we're gonna go check it out. Alright, so we're a little closer. This bridge just looks really neat. I don't know if I can capture the wreath, but it's got a twinkle to it with the lights, and it's really pretty. Kind of shimmers and moves around. But again, very cool, and just more great architecture here.
So under the bridge it's a
So they do have a Christmas market going on in here right now. We'll probably walk around when we can. There's a grand brasserie. But here's the main event in here, and the clock right in the center. And it's toasty warm in here. Wow.
litter box.
Yeah, the mailbox. But just the grandness of this room. Again, my camera's not gonna be able to encapsulate it, but this room is massive and it's gorgeous. So hold on, once I get to a stopping spot, I don't want to stop in front of people walking. Oh, start here. The famous clock. And then I'm gonna zoom out to try to capture this room. But it is very pretty. Yeah, there is an Apple Store up there. That's funny. But it's just very massive, but very pretty. Pretty architecture. Let me try to zoom in on some of it. Yeah. And then I don't know if you can tell, but it's like a constellation up here. Constellation, I should say. And then they have these cool chandeliers. But it is a working train station. I believe it's the biggest in the nation. Now we're up here. There's a couple of bars here, it looks like. Cipriani and Paladino. So it has been redone over the years, and Mars was saying she remembers that they had left this as just like a historic thing of what it used to look like. Very cool, but again, look at just how ornate that is, and it's 60, 70 feet off the ground. But gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, again, I know my camera really doesn't do it justice. You gotta be here. Where? Oh, yeah, there are people up there. I wonder what that is.
So we had to walk around a bit. It's a sort of hidden. The Campbell Bar. It's touted as a speakeasy, so it's kind of like a hidden bar. Mars didn't know I had secretly made reservations for us, and our timing worked out pretty perfect. I think we entered about 12:10, 12:15. My official reservation was 12:30, but they sat us immediately anyhow, so it's pretty great. Here's kind of a look at the menu. Sorry as my camera focuses here. It's actually been many different things over the years, and I know we've said the word pretty and gorgeous and whatnot a ton of times in this video already, but this room was no different. It's just amazing. I think we were both very taken with the architecture of New York City. We ended up getting a couple of drinks and a charcuterie and some sliders, and this ended up kind of being our lunch, but it was a great introduction and kind of first meal to Manhattan for us. We felt like this was something very New York, if you will. It's not a very big place either, and I do believe you need reservations. I don't think they take walk-ins. If they do, it's one of those places I suspect you're going to have a tremendous wait, and if you have a large party, just forget about it.
Alright, here's our prime rib sliders and our charcuterie.
Aaron, what about chocolate cake? We don't do
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we both decided to order off the holiday menu since it was limited. I got the barrel-aged butterscotch. It's Jameson Black with butterscotch, whiskey, apple cider, and thyme. She got the peppermint espresso martini with absolute vodka, peppermint, and espresso.
In this space became Signal Man's office, and later served as a jail, and then a bar.
Wow. So look, Our Dunkin' order this morning was $13.13, and now we're at table 13.
You gonna play the water with number 13?
I don't know, something's weird.
It's history.
Something's going on. We're at Lexington, and we're right by the Chrysler Building. We're gonna go check it out.
Steel cars, Eagles, and
So we are here at the Chrysler. There it is. This ginormous entryway and the famous Art Deco. Stainless steel. Looks really super cool.
Hey, you can see the OG clock
Oh yeah.
in the back.
New York pigeons. Alright, so we just got a Disney store and we are right here in the middle of Times Square. It's where the big New Year's Eve ball drop takes place, which will be in just a few weeks. Yeah, just a few weeks, this place will be packed. They got some street performers, and then down this way looking south. Oh, actually, sorry, I was turning around. Look, there's the ball right there.
Yeah, they're doing your
cool.
confetti wish. You can record it for New Year's.
Oh, there's the ball. Sorry, I got turned around. Yeah, so
Yes,
there's
they're
the
gonna-
thing.
It looks like they're gonna put up their confetti wishes on the screens on New Year's.
They got this display of elf stuff out here.
Well, you can travel back to the
Yeah, that's kind of neat, actually.
little narwhal.
Yeah. So we're right out here in the middle of everything.
Cute narwhal.
Huh.
Little tiny buddy, the elf. It's little Papa.
That's cool.
Mini Scrubbins.
December the 12th. Why is that a thing?
That when you can, isn't it Elf Day?
I don't know. Yeah, this is cool. A little setup here. Some of the Broadway posters, UFC stuff. It's got everything going on around here. It's a lot. We got the stands there. It sinks back. Alright, so this is around. So yeah, they have these cool cards out. Alright, there's my card. Boom. We'll mail this off to Santa and Hallmark apparently. Alright. Oh gosh. Here we are, Times Square. There's the ball ready to drop up there. Just in a couple of weeks.
It's cold.
It is very cold out. It is 38 degrees according to my watch. I don't know. I know TRL is somewhere down here.
That used to be in the glass building.
Yeah, somewhere down here was TRL. And yeah, there's the ball though. Let me put on it. There it is. And in a few weeks, they'll do the countdown here. Pretty cool. So this is where we came from, and we're walking down Broadway. We're at 37th. But I think this is cool, the church, just out of nowhere. And then even this old building behind it. I think it just adds to kind of the allure of New York City. I think this right here is what makes it unique. We are back around by our hotel. We're at Macy's Holiday Square in front of the famous Macy's building on 34th Street. And just over here, for a reference, there is the Empire State Building. And our hotel is right over there. So inside Macy's, and they got some cool stuff. I like this one a lot. And then they got this with the balloons. And just real pretty up here. It's nicely done. And then they got this big screen in the back. So it just kind of adds to the vibrance up here. And I don't know, something about it. Kind of nice. I guess this probably is from the parade. It looks like there's a lot of float related stuff. They kind of like throwback vintage looking toys. But let me show you out here. So this is the famous Macy's. And we're only on the first floor. We just got inside here. Nicely decorated though. Smells really good in here. And it is nice and toasty. Oh, here's some more float stuff. That's cute, the mugs. Yeah, and a little skyline back here and the screen.
It's the Kate Spade mini.
Yeah, she's kind of like New Yorkie. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, these guys are fun. Now we're at this other section of like candy and sugar and stuff. Huh. Crazy. Yeah, that is. Yeah. Yeah, this is cool. The escalator's got wood siding to it. Very interesting Macy's. Yeah, I mean it's all Macy's, but yeah, it is like a mall in itself. All right, we are ready to go out. It's in the 20s, so it's cold, but gonna make our walk to the plaza for dinner. Here we go. All right, we made it inside the Plaza Hotel. Famous hotel where Kevin McAllister stayed. So in case you were worried, they do sell the beanies from Home Alone 1 and 2. In case you come out here. You can also probably scan that link and buy you one. You're welcome. So this is the Royal Palm Court restaurant and bar. And this is what we're going to be having our anniversary dinner tonight. So we are a little early, but they checked us in, no problem, and they said about 10 minutes. Here's our table. Kind of in the corner, but we can see everything. It's nice. And we're also off to the side so that there's not too many groups around us because it's kind of loud in here with the chatter.
So, just a look at the menu here. And again, very nice atmosphere. Obviously, warm inside and comfortable. There was Christmas music playing. Some had vocals, some didn't. Our service was great the entire time we were here. Our waitress was on the spot whenever we needed something. We saw her attending to other tables. You know, she was just really good. Something to point out, right? Like at a restaurant like this where it is, you know, not your normal, it's definitely more expensive. You know, you always hope you're gonna get, you know, the service that matches the prices, right? So at least for us, I ended up ordering the Belvedere. Just FYI, that you see it there on the menu. I'm trying to remember what Mars gets here. We may have to see her order first. But they had a nice selection of stuff. I was surprised when it came to the main dishes that it was basically to share, as you see there. So we ended up getting a steak to share. We didn't add anything else. I think we got the New York strip, you know, fitting, of course. And we shared that. Spoiler, no desserts. We just had dinner and drinks and just really enjoyed our time here. Again, it was for our anniversary, 16 years together, so this was just a really special night for us, and our first time in New York, so we were just kind of soaking it in here, but we did have a really great time. Definitely, you know, hats off to the service and everybody here at the Palm.
presents above the bar. Alright, here's my Boulevardier, Belvedere, however you say it. And then Martha's Hot Toddy. Look, real candles.
Nothing but the best for anniversary.
We're one of them fancy places. Oh, and they gave us some nuts and olives. Alright, here's our French onion soup. It looks really good. It smells delicious. Alright, we're gonna dig in and be with you in a minute. How is your soup?
It's really good. I
Any,
liked it.
any particular thing you like?
The broth was really nice. Like it wasn't really oniony. Sometimes French onion soup don't sweat too much. This one was nice and light. The cheese was really good. I want to know what cheese they used.
Yeah.
I liked it.
Yeah, we were just talking about I don't eat a lot of soup, but since it's cold out, it's nice to have the soup. They did a really good job. Very flavorful. A lot of onion in there. It's a fairly hearty soup for a French onion. And then, yeah, nice layer of cheese, of course, on top. So now we're just enjoying our drinks, and I'm sure any moment our main entree will come out. All right, here's our New York strip. Came with some little tomatoes and some garlic. Looks good. It's already pre-cut, so we're ready to go. We'll dig in. Yeah. I don't know why we're guests 1 and 3 and not 1 and 2. But there's 13 again. So we are upstairs above the main lobby at the plaza. We got this view out, which is interesting. It's kind of into a larger lobby over here. Maybe that's the street, I can't tell. This obviously could be a bar when they need it to be. It's not open right now. There's some elevators. And yeah, we'll show you guys the lobby here in a second. We were using the restrooms. Our dinner was amazing, really good. Steak cooked really well. Our soups were amazing that we said, and the drinks also made very well. So, you know, even though definitely paid the plaza prices, I think it was worth it. I think we both agreed it was. It was a nice anniversary dinner for us. So, you know, that was always good. Happy 16 years, babe, for our dating anniversary. And again, we're going to show you guys the lobby before we leave and then start heading back to our hotel, but probably stop and see a couple sites along the way. On the other side of that bar, there's actually a seating area up here before you get down to the lower lobby. Really beautiful wood staircase right here. And then there's like a marble one over there. And then that leads to the main lobby. And I guess this actually must be a side street, so for some reason it just looked like a mall to me, but I guess the way it's lit up from the other window I showed you guys. But really pretty, as expected. So there's the plaza, the side of it. Central Park's over there. There's the famous glass Apple store. It's underneath basically. Take the elevator down.
There's bird door.
And then here's the Louis Vuitton store, their famous basically skin on the building, so it looks like a giant Louis Vuitton luggage. Yeah, look at that crazy bird up there.
It's from Tiffany and Company's.
Oh, it's Tiffany's. Oh, yeah, the teal. Yeah, so that's Tiffany's. Alright, well, we're gonna head down this way, so we're gonna see lots of stuff. You see some of these windows here that are decorated for the holiday season. This is Bergdorf and Goodman. Yeah, stuck presents out here. Yeah, so if you look close, everything is paper.
Even like the needle and thread and the sleeves.
Yeah, everything is made of paper or foam. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
cheap version of this necklace. Are you taking my picture?
Yeah, so we're passing like Prada and others, but here's Trump Tower. So yeah, Trump Tower is right here. First made famous back in 2016 when he came down the escalator. But we are continuing this way down Fifth Avenue. So we popped in Trump Tower real quick, because why not? We're here. This is gorgeous inside. And of course the famous gold escalator. And then over here, looks like a bar. And they got some photos and stuff of him in there, memorabilia. And then this is pretty cool outside. And then they do have a store over here, although it's closed right now. So we're over here now in front of Dolce & Gabbana. And man, they just got a wild window here. But Omega and all the names. But I like this too, this cathedral right here. Very cool. All around Fifth Avenue. I think that's St. Patrick's, isn't it?
Yeah.
So this is now St. Thomas Cathedral. Really cool though, I like the architecture.
It's kind of like a
Yeah, that's really cool. Like, giant Microsoft store. I don't see too many of those. So we're still walking down Fifth Avenue, and there's another cathedral. I'll show you guys more in a minute. And there's some Pope keys.
He blessed it in 1965.
His first papal visit to America. Yeah, 1965. That's cool. And then across the way, have the Atlas statue there. And there's actually a Ralph Lauren coffee truck there, but it looks like it's closed for the evening. So we'll try to catch another one a different time. But it's a lot of fun walking down Fifth, seeing all the famous stores and shops, a lot of music playing and everything. It's like a good atmosphere out here. And really neat just seeing this stuff. A lot of historic buildings here. I mean, look at this door. And here's the Saks Fifth Avenue spot. So on the other side of Saks, on the other side of Fifth, there's the tree. That's 30 Rock right there. 30 Rockefeller Center, and that's the famous tree. I know my camera's not going to do it justice here, but yeah, it's massive. Pretty tree. We'll probably try to get closer at some point. Some of the Saks windows. I like that one, that's pretty fun.
It's like a MasterCard.
Yeah. Yeah, it's cool. Alright, so now we're a lot closer. Right here by the tree. And there's the famous rink. Remember, it's like a 80-foot tree. And then 30 Rockefeller Center. That's where they filmed Saturday Night Live and other stuff.
And right at the corner of Rockefeller Center is the FAO Schwartz toy store. There was a massive line to get in, so we skipped this one.
So here's the famous Rainbow Room and observation deck. So they do have a cool experience up there where you can go up and sit on like a beam, like the famous photo of the construction workers. And it's somewhere way up there. Here we are, the ornaments outside. This played the Time Magazine building in the movie Walter Mitty. It's not really the Time Magazine building, but it's pretty sweet. It's actually right across from Radio City, which we'll show you in a second. But here we are. We got the Tonight Show with Fallon over here. And then over here, Radio City, the Rockettes. There you go. If I had a Polaroid camera, I'd take a picture like Kevin did and then move on. But he stops right here and takes a picture, I guess, of this. So yeah, this is a cool tree. It's pretty big too. And then actually got this one over here.
Hey guys, so this concludes day one. It was a very packed day, but it actually went according to plan. Everything that we saw here was on our list to do. You know, a lot of it though is just seeing it, you know, right? Like some of the buildings, like the public library, for example, or Saks Fifth Avenue. You know, we didn't really have any plans to go inside, and so for us, just seeing it, taking some photos from the outside, and you know, just kind of soaking in, it was exactly what we wanted to do. We do hope to go back to Manhattan on another trip where we spend some real dedicated time to some of these places. But for us, this was exactly what we wanted to do. So we were very happy with it. Quite proud of ourselves. We kept a good schedule. I tried to put the timestamps on here because I wanted to give you guys an idea of how long it took us to get around. You know, everyone says New York's very walkable, and I gotta agree. You know, going north and south between the streets is rather short. If you're gonna go east and west between like the avenues and things, those blocks are longer, so they're rectangles, kind of, you know, this way. But it worked out really well for us. The thing that slows you down, of course, the street lights, you know, and the fact that there's so many people. So, for example, going to dinner, I want to say it's around a mile maybe. From 35th Street to basically 60th Street or 59th Street, something like that. But, you know, again, if you could just walk without the stoplights and the crowds, it wouldn't have taken you very long. But it took us, I think, around 45 minutes. But it was mostly an enjoyable walk. There's a few bits going from place to place that we don't show. Like, for example, after we left the Chrysler building, we actually stopped real quick at a Bath and Body Works. Mars had a coupon. She happened to see the store, so we picked up some hand sanitizer and things that we could use for ourselves while we were walking around. So that was nice. You know, I didn't put that in the footage, so add a little extra time for that. Same with, you know, I know I don't put when we get back to the hotel here, but I think we got back around 10:30. So the last you see us is by Radio City, and we continue southbound. We did stop at a little bodega. We actually just bought some drinks and maybe a bag of chips or something. I think Mars got. You know, that took a few minutes, but really easy to navigate. Once you understand the direction of the, you know, streets and everything, you kind of already have an idea of where you're at, which is really nice. I kind of wish all cities did that. But again, we had a really great time. Loved what we did, despite being cold. We did really good, I think, with packing the right stuff. We had layers on, so we had thermals and then like our normal clothes and then, you know, a coat on top. So I think that was perfect. I didn't need anything more than that. But again, that was our first day in Manhattan. We had a heck of a time. And I know this is a longer video, so thank you so much for tuning in. And I hope some of the things just helps you if you're watching this to try to plan a trip yourself. You know, as far as, again, getting around and how long it took us, etc. And of course, if you have any questions, please drop it down in the comments. We're happy to share, answer anything, you know, from our perspective that you might have. But otherwise, stay tuned for the rest of our trip. We'll be posting soon. And until next time, bye-bye.